Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me as always. Hope you're having a good morning. It's New Year's Eve morning. So what do you plan to do tonight? Do you plan on making New Year's resolutions? I don't make New Year's resolutions. I just make resolutions every day. Actually, what is the definition of the word resolution? I understand what it means, but I can't say the definition. I should have looked it up. Maybe I'll do that later. But I'm going to tell you, if you make a New Year's resolution and you don't stick it out, it lowers your self-esteem. And as I always talk about, one of the most important things in life is how you feel about yourself. Because how you feel about yourself is going to be projected in your outer world. People will treat you as you feel yourself to be. If someone is taking advantage of you, you feel like you deserve that. If someone is treating you badly or speaking to you badly, you feel like you deserve that. You first have done that to yourself before anybody can do it to you in your outer world. You drew that to you by what is within you. Everybody draws to themselves what they are more than what they want. It's okay to want things, but first you have to become the type of person that can draw those things or people or situations into your life. And how do you do that? You do that by working on yourself. First, do you have a bunch of garbage inside of you? Shame, guilt, anger, frustration, remorse, regret. The list goes on ad infinitum. All these things block you from the power that lies within you. You know you have more power in you than the atomic bomb. Well, let's say the nuclear bomb, a nuclear warhead. Excuse me. Of course you think, Mark, that's crazy. That can't be. I can't even run a mile. But that power lies within you. It's dormant. It's blocked off by all these things you have inside of you, this baggage, this shame, guilt, remorse, fear, frustration, childhood trauma, whatever. All these things inhibit you from being the person you want to be, from becoming, from achieving, from having everything you desire to have. Now, to get in touch with this power, you have got to eliminate the garbage. And that can be a difficult thing because sometimes we don't even know the garbage is there. We have hurt inside of us from our childhood, which we don't even remember. I'll give you an example of myself. I don't remember much from the time I was born until 10 to 13 years old. I remember when Kennedy got shot. All I remember is standing in front of the TV, and I just know that he got shot. That's about it. I grew up in a home where there was a lot of drinking. My father drank a lot. I didn't see him drink much, but my brother told me later that he thought he was drinking every night. So I was afraid of my father. I was afraid to express emotion. I was afraid to share my feelings. I was always told you shouldn't feel that way. Well, what I think they meant now was they didn't want me to feel badly. They wanted me to feel good, but I took it as you shouldn't feel. So I shut my feelings off through the years because nobody cared and nobody wanted to hear it, and it wasn't important. But your feelings are important because not that you should share to everyone else, or not that you should feel offended or try to change the outer world, but your feelings are an indicator. They're an emotional guidance system. If you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling sad or happy, all these things are indicators of what you're doing in your life or inside yourself that's bringing these things to you. A person does not get angry because of a situation. He draws that situation into his life because he has anger residing within him. Now, I know that sounds like a strange concept, and it's exactly opposite of what the world or society will tell you. Situations don't make you angry. Situations don't make you happy. You draw situations into your life and people that bring out the happiness that's already within you. You may look at someone and you think, yeah, I'd be happy if I were him. He's got this, 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 and that. Look what happens to him. All these wonderful breaks. No, he has those things within him, and that draws these breaks, these situations, these material possessions to him. There's an old saying, and you may have heard me say this before: if you inherit $1 million or if you win $1 million, you better become a millionaire. Okay, because if you don't have the consciousness of a millionaire, you will not be able to maintain that money. They also say, whoever the infamous they is, they also say that if all the money in the world were distributed evenly to everyone in the world within a matter of 5 years, it would be back into the hands of the people who had it originally. Now, how can that be? Because the people that had it originally have the consciousness of wealth, of riches. Okay, that makes me think of the word wealth, which originally meant well-being. In our society today, at least in the U.S., we connotate wealth with money. But the word wealth means much more than that. Well-being, peace, contentment, fulfillment within yourself. And that does not come from money or material things. There are many people who have millions of dollars who are full of fear about losing that. Their security lies in the money. The people who are truly rich may have millions of dollars, maybe even $1 billion, but they know if they lost it today, they could gain it all back because they have the consciousness of wealth, the consciousness of riches. Their wealth lies within them. Their concept of themselves is a wealthy person. And until you grasp, or ingrain the concept of wealth within yourself, you will never be able to have riches, wealth, well-being. You have to first have the concept of being a person of wealth, and then these things will be drawn to you. Your world bears witness to who you are and what you are on the inside. It's not everybody out there. It's not the world. It's not this situation. It's not that person. It's not that ex. Nothing ever needs to be changed out there. The only thing that needs to be changed is in there, within you and within me. When I change my concept of myself, outer situations, people, everything changes in the outer world and begins to bear witness to who I am. It starts to show me who I am, just as it shows me now. If people are treating me badly, are angry at me, are expressing their anger towards me, then I have to look at myself. But it's so easy to blame the other people, to point the finger at them. There's an old saying, if you're pointing one finger at me, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you. It really goes back to the old teachings of the great mystics. Look within yourself. If you see the log in someone else's eye, no, if you see the speck, before you take the speck out of your brother's eye, pull the log out of your own eye. Basically, I kind of hacked that up, but basically what that means is, if you see something in someone else that annoys you, bothers you, okay, then you have that very thing in yourself, probably worse than they do. That's how you see it. Were it not in you, you could not see it in them. Now that's the dark side of that analogy. The good side of it is this: if you see someone that you admire and you think is great, you too have those qualities within yourself. You only need to develop that within you first. Become that person, and you can become anything you want to. Okay, then you got someone out there that says, Mark, I'm 60 years old, I'm 5 foot tall, and you're going to tell me I can be an NBA player, a professional NBA player. No, I'm not going to tell you that. What I am going to tell you is, you have a desire within yourself. Maybe it's been there since you were a child. Okay, but if you're not happy today, you're not fulfilled today, you never pursued that because of what your parents would think, what society would think, what you think, that you think you would fail. You never pursued that. But it's not too late. You can pursue it now, whatever that desire is. Now, it may have changed through the years, but we all have that within ourselves. It doesn't have to be something great. Maybe you just want to be a good grandpa. Maybe you want to be the best grandfather to your grandchildren that you can be, better than you felt your grandfather was. That is your desire, and you need to pursue that, and that will bring you fulfillment. Not the goal, not the end result, but the journey. The joy is in the journey, in this moment. Every moment is what you have to enjoy, because tomorrow at this time, it's going to be now. Yesterday at this time, it was now. We only have now. So whatever your desire is inside you, and you know what it is, you're afraid to tell anyone. And I suggest you don't tell anyone unless you know they're going to support you. Because sometimes people will tell you you're crazy, you're too old. You know what I hear all the time? Hey, you're getting too old for that. You better slow down. Yeah, okay. All right. Why? Why should I slow down? Why should I? You know what happens to people when they slow down? They retire. They send a signal to themselves and to the universe that, you know what, they're not useful anymore. And a lot of them die quickly. You have to have a vision. You have to have a goal. As long as you are here on this earth, you need to have a vision. In a book I read, it says, without a vision, the people perish. You have to have a vision. It's like a ship on the ocean. It sails out there. If it has no destination, where's it going to go? Where's it going to end up? It doesn't know where it's going to end up. It has no destination. It's aimlessly being blown around by this wind and that wind, all about the sea, with no destination. It doesn't know where it wants to be. Okay, I think I better stop. I'm glad you could join me. Smash that like button, subscribe. We have a video coming out every day, and I'm really glad you could join me, and I appreciate you new subscribers. I always appreciate it when somebody subscribes, and I'm hoping you gain great value out of this, that you can change yourself. It's all about changing you, because when you do that, you change the world. What did that Gandhi say? Be the change you want to see in the world. He was a wise man. Anyway, Happy New Year. Have a great day. Thanks again.